Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are just about ready to get started here on the turf this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday afternoon for girls lacrosse, the first girls lacrosse stream of the year between your Sterling Lady Knights and the Washington Township Minute Maids. Beautiful weather outside today, 73 degrees, mostly sunny outside. It's going to be mostly sunny for all of this game. It has been perfect weather for some lacrosse. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, I'm Daniel Leakin and Karina Justice on the camera, and we are under some technical difficulties for Sterling TV 19 at the moment. Our recording system is down once again, so we will get that up as soon as possible. But for now, all the games will be recorded that we do, and then we should be getting back into the swing of things of some consistent streams once this upcoming week folds. So after the end of this week, all of next week, after the end of next week, we should be back up and running once again. So once again, thank you all for tuning in. The first girls lacrosse stream of the year, the final of the 5 sports to get their first stream. We'll restart the wheel once May picks up, and should be on our way after that. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Daniel Leakin. Once again here on Sterling TV 19. We should have a good one coming in here. So Washington Township, normally a pretty good girls lacrosse school, and they've kind of fell under a pretty bad year, which has been shocking. When I looked at the records this morning, I was rather shocked. So Washington Township sits at 0-7 this year. They've played Sterling before. Sterling won 17-13 at Washington Township. The final score was 17-13. And then they played a multitude of other teams, but have lost every single game. And some of them have been rather close. So they lost 11-8 to Rancocas Valley, 14-4 to Haddon Township, 8-7 to Haddon Heights, 15-3 to Williamstown, 15-7 to Eastern, and 18-6 to Mainland. So it's been a bit of a down year for the Minute Maids, and I'm sure they're looking to pick it up today. In net, they have Leah Rowe, who this year is 72 saves, only has allowed 17 goals in 6 games played. So she's had a pretty stellar year in net. So it'll be interesting to see how she does today. And then on the other side of things, the Sterling Lady Knights have kind of had a mid-year. They started off the year pretty strong. I think I would like to say they went 3-1 in their first 4. They beat Triton, Washington Township, and Cherry Hill East before losing to Haddon Township and Haddon Heights back-to-back. And then since, I'd say, April 7th, they've gone 1-4. Including the Haddon Township, Haddon Heights. They beat Pensauken and then lost to Williamstown in a really, really tough Northern Burlington team. But even through all that, they still continue to shine, especially on the stat sheet. Toni Troilo, who just notched her 200th goal as of late, 50 goals this year, 63 total points, has just been an absolute stud all over the turf. And she also had 300 draw controls recently as well. So she's just been on fire all over the place. She's going D2 to Kutztown University, and she's just going to be a rock star there. And then someone who's really, joined the fray this year, and someone who's been really talented for this Lady Knight squad is Montgomery Dram, the junior, who has 25 goals, 12 assists, 37 points, and 26 draw controls, which is someone we don't see in this sport. Don't think she was on the team last year, kind of came on this year, and she's been doing a phenomenal job for the Sterling squad. And then also the senior Adriana Zazada with 26 goals, 13 assists, 39 points, 18 draw controls for this Lady Knight squad. So they have a lot of scorers on the offensive side, and the defensive core has gotten a lot stronger this year, bolstering it with Molly Hoffaker, the freshman who's played every defensive role in all the sports she's been playing in her freshman year. And this Lady Knight squad is destined for a little bit of success as the season goes on. And then the goalkeeper for this Lady Knight squad is the same as last year, Bianca Capice, the junior, with 47 saves this year. She's allowed 93 goals in 7 games played, so it's going to be interesting to see how she can bounce back against this Minute Maid squad. So after a long, long pause between the pregame and the actual face-off, we are just about to get ready here on the turf. Again, this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday afternoon, and we're just getting ready for the Minute Maids to take on your Sterling Lady Knights. Streamed boys volleyball yesterday after the boys took up a big win over the Seneca Golden Eagles in straight sets. The 2 sets scored 25-17 and 25-17. So a big win for the boys, especially in conference play where they now sit at 3-1. So the girls trying to replicate that luck here, this spring break luck that we've had between the teams, and it looks like it's going to start off with Toni Troilo in the draw control, or the draw. And it looks like she'll be going against Elena Dabrowski. So Dabrowski this year has 14 draw controls. Troilo, my goodness, I don't even know how much she has. She has 78. So Troilo with the advantage in terms of the wins. The experience or the amount of draws could differ. So the percentage might differ. So Troilo versus Dabrowski. And we're off. Both teams looking for the ground ball. Whistle blows. They say it's Minute Maid ball, and they're looking to get started. So taking it up now is Dabrowski. Dabrowski guarded here by Montgomery Dram. She swings it out to the outside, looking for Cardamone. Now they go behind the net to Kraus. Still cycling here are the Minute Maids. They look towards the middle. Good defense there by the Lady Knights. Now picking it up and running with it is the freshman, Riley Sharp. Sharp advances it forward. Now Montgomery Dram running like the wind. Dram moving up. Trying to weave between defenders. Guarded heavily here by Foster. She gives it off to Troilo. It's a good defense to start by the Lady Knights. Looking to get things started on the offensive side. Troilo is going to take her time. As they swing it to the outside, Adriana Zazada going in front. She shoots. Nice save there by Leah Rowe. The Minute Women taking it up, or excuse me, the Minute Maids taking it up. Dabrowski now with some room ahead, gives it off to Cardamone. Cardamone now with a lot of speed, pushing past Lily Byrne, getting past Hoffaker. She shoots and that one goes wide. The Minute Maids stay with the ball. Avery Kraus looking to start things up here for the Minute Maids. As they swing it behind the net. And it makes its way all the way back up to Leah Foster. Foster finds Hengi. Hengi moves across with it, guarded by Zazada. This one gets back over to Foster. Good passing here by the Minute Maids. Really taking this one slow. A nice move here, but checked heavily, and the whistle blows. It's a nice move by Cardamone, but it looks like she'll get a penalty shot early in this matchup. So Capice now with her first real test. Cardamone with the penalty shot. She moves in, and she scores! Andrea Cardamone for the first goal of the game. She scores her 7th of the season. And off to a 1-0 start for the Minute Maids. Troilo looking to get the offense started for the Lady Knights. As they control the draw once again, the Minute Maids. Moving up once again is Cardamone. Cardamone moves inside. This one passed out. Good ball movement here by the Minute Maids. A nice move here by Hengi as she retreats back out. Hengi now moving into some open space. Hengi going inside. She scores! Madison Hengi. What a move by the sophomore for her 10th of the season. And the Minute Maids up to a 2-0 advantage. Sterling looking for their first point. The Minute Maids out to a 2-0 lead. Is this one controlled once again by Cardamone? Cardamone looking to take this one all the way. Gives it off. Spinning back. Giving it back out to Cardamone, but she loses it. And it looks like she'll start the offense here for the Minute Maids. Good ball movement here by the Minute Maids as this one passed underneath. Cardamone looking for the shot. Good defense by the Lady Knights. Now moving in is Dabrowski. Dabrowski spinning, trying to move inside. Gives a pass to the outside. No Sterling player going after it. So Foster has some time to retreat and get ready. Hengi. Guarded heavily here by the Sterling defense. Spins. Fakes the handoff, but gives it off to Dabrowski. Dabrowski now moving in. Dabrowski peels back and gives it off to Foster. Dabrowski gives it to the outside. Moving inside now is Hengi. Hengi gives it off. She gets it back. Hengi switches sides. Hengi looking to go inside, but peels back once again. Troilo on Foster now. Foster getting pressured. Foster running to the outside. Whistle blows. And they call a cross on Tony Troilo. So Cardamone has it. She gives it off to Dabrowski. Long possession here for the Minute Maids, who are up 2-0 in this matchup so far. Off of one goal by Hengi. And another one by Cardamone. As a shot taken here, a nice save by Bianca Capice. Sterling looking to go on the attack. Troilo spins, gets around Foster. Troilo now running it like the wind, as she normally does. Passes this one up to Zazada. Zazada now, moving with a lot of room. Zazada getting past the defender. Zazada moving in. Zazada taking the shot. No, she doesn't. Gave me a little pump fake here in the booth. Screen there by Wright. Zazada in control, looking towards the middle for Troilo. Troilo couldn't collect it. And now the Minute Maids move up once again. Foster gives it back out. Sterling trying to apply some pressure here. Addie Myers and Callie Winters, but this one gets up to Madison Hengi. She finds Roosh, and she gets it up to Cardamone. Cardamone now pushes past Lily Byrne. Cardamone gives it off to Kraus, and Kraus will get things started for the offense once again here for the Minute Maids. So a bit of a lackluster start for this high-powered Sterling offense, and this Minute Maid offense has really found their stride early, doing a good job of keeping the ball possession away from the better players for Sterling, like Tody Troilo and Adriana Zazada. And now this Minute Maid offense gets their, I'd say, their fourth opportunity in the game. So Hengi, who has one of the goals for the Minute Maids, moving around. Nice play there by Montgomery Dram from behind. And she scoops and she starts to run with it. Montgomery Dram moving into some open space, looking for an outlet. Whistle blows, and possession will stay with the Lady Knights. Tony Troilo now, with a lot of speed, moves through center. Tony Troilo moves inside, gets past the defender. Tony Troilo going towards the goal. Tony Troilo shoots. Nice save there by Leah Rowe once again. Cardamone now moves up, gives it off to Kraus. Kraus goes into center field. Guarded heavily here by Molly Hoffaker. Going towards the net. Good job by Sterling's defense to collapse. Kraus now has it once again. This one, shot to the middle and score! The Minute Maids, Hengi gets her second of the game. It's 3-0 early in quarter number one. So now the face-off here. Sterling finds themselves down 3-0 here early in this one. This one's scooped up. And now the freshman, Riley Sharp, going to take it herself. Quickly pressured. That ball gets away from her. Goes out of bounds. And it'll go in favor of the Minute Maids. It's been quite the rough start here for the Lady Knights offense. And honestly, just the defense, there hasn't been a really firing point so far from the Lady Knights. And the Minute Maids have really done a good job of taking advantage. So now starting with it will be Leah Foster. This one moved up to Hengi, who has 2 in this one already. It's been a vocal point for this offense. Hengi this year has had a pretty good year. She's had 9 goals, but now 11 goals, including the 2 from this game, 11 points. She also is good in the draw controls with 13, as this one taken inside by Dabrowski. Hengi has it again. Dabrowski looking through her options at the top. decides to take it herself. Dabrowski moves inside, quickly collapsed by the Sterling defense. Henge is going to take it around town, going behind the net, faced by Tony Troilo. Henge gives it off. Now moving inside was Foster, but she gives it off to Cardamone. Cardamone now giving it off to Dabrowski. Dabrowski tries to shoot it on Capice. That one's saved. She scoops it up. Looking to advance Tony Troilo. Troilo gets it and passes it up towards Zazada, who controls it and now running like the wind. Zazada moving forward for the Sterling offense. Zazada has gone coast to coast. Zazada moving inside. Zazada looking for an option. She takes it herself. Whistle blows. And it looks like Zazada is going to get a penalty shot. So Adriana Zazada taking it in. Zazada shoots, and a nice save there by Leah Rowe. She's been on fire to start. Tony Troilo now has it, and she scores! Tony Troilo, her first of the day. Number 51 for the season. All made by a great playmaking play by Adriana Zazada. And this game is now tied up. Or not tied up. Oh, my goodness. Now is a 3-1 score. It's now the draw between Zazada and Dabrowski once again. This one back. Nice defensive play there by Tony Troilo. Zazada now moves up with it. Zazada slowing down just a little bit. And Sterling can finally get the offense in motion. Zazada taking your time, not rushing. Looking to be the vocal point of this offense, especially playmaking wise. Zazada takes it around. Zazada shoots, and she scores! Adriana Zazada, how do you do? 3-2 the score. And Sterling working their way back into this one. So 3-2 the score. The Lady Knights working their way back into this one, courtesy to Adriana Zazada and Tony Troilo. Zazada gets her 27th of the season. Her 40th point. And she wins this one back to Troilo. Troilo now moving up, pumps the brakes, looking over towards Adriana Zazada. Zazada can't collect it. Trying to move her way there, guarded heavily here by Frisano. So now Troilo moving up 1 minute announced here in quarter number one. This one given off to Montgomery Dram. Dram with a nice move, and she scores! Montgomery Dram notching her first of the afternoon, and we're all tied up at 3. Montgomery Dram with her 26th of the season, her 38th point. So they found a lot of success with Zazada in the draw circle, so they're going to keep doing it. Troilo with a nice swat off the circle to get that offensive possession started. Whistle blows. Slipping and falling there was what looked like to be Madison Henge, so they're going to restart. 3-3 the score. What a nice start for the Minute Maids, and then crushed by the Lady Knights closer to the end of that first quarter. Now Tony Troilo has it again, gives it off to Zazada, who bobbles it, but scoops it back up and finds Troilo. Troilo now moving in transition, prevents the swat from behind. Is not going to get this. Ooh, now going to get this offense started again. This one given off to Dram. Dram shoots. Ooh, just missed the ball. Dram scoops it back up. This is great possession here by the Lady Knights. Time ticking away here in quarter number 1. Only a couple seconds left. Troilo going to do it herself. Troilo moves inside. Troilo shoots. That one just goes wide. 7 seconds remain. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Dram has to take it herself. She gives it off, but not enough time. And that is the end of quarter number 1. 3-3 the score. The Minute Maids start off hot early, but the Lady Knights come back and tie it up late in the first quarter. We'll be back in just a moment with second quarter action. So they switch sides here. Zazada going to take the draw against Dabrowski once again. Zazada's been pretty successful with the draws in the matchup today after Troilo lost the first few. This one popped up. And a nice win by Dabrowski as she's going to start taking it the other way. Dabrowski, moving with a lot of speed, is going to go up against Byrne and Sims. Dabrowski taking it herself. Nice save there by Capice. This one out to Byrne. Byrne looking forward towards Sharp. Sharp looking for an outlet. Gives it off to Dram. Now Dram's going to take it herself. Way to get out of their own zone by the Lady Knights. Dram moving past the defender. That's Z. Dram taking it herself. Dram is going to peel back. Finds Troilo. Troilo now moving with speed. Troilo moving inside. She shoots. And a nice save there by Rowe once again. Early action here in quarter number 2 as the Minute Maids look to take it the other way. Shinseki approaching. This one to the outside for Kraus. This one back into the middle. Nice defense there by Lily Byrne. Ball is on the ground. The Minute Maids pick it up. Now moving inside is Hengi. Hengi gives it out to the outside. As this one goes all the way across. Shot taken. That one off the crossbar. Troilo picks it up. And she moves the other way. She finds Dram. Dram moves it up to Zazada in transition. Zazada cannot handle it. This one goes back in Minute Maid possession. That one just a little bit over the defender. Addison Myers pressuring from behind. Myers does a good job of applying the pressure. Winter's there to help as well. Ball still on the ground, but the defender gets it. Van Dunn with a great job there. Or Ferzano. I actually have 2 names on here. Actually, that is Brooke Van Dunn, who's on the defensive side. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. So Van Dunn with the amazing defensive play on that side to scoop it up. And now the Minute Maids back in transition. Dabrowski gives it off to Foster. Gives it off to Hengi. My goodness, my names have not been on today, ladies and gentlemen. Hengi moves inside. A nice defensive play there by Montgomery Dram to get her from behind. Dram now moves in transition. Dram pumps the brakes, looks for Troilo. Troilo has it. Troilo now snatches it out of the air, moving into the offensive. Troilo looking for an outlet, gets pressured from behind. The defense but both teams stood still for a sec there. It looks like the Minute Maid defense is just reacting on what the Knights are doing. Maybe running a little bit of a man, it seems. Yeah, so they're going man-to-man on the Minute Maid side of things. Moving inside now is Zazada with a lot of speed. She shoots a nice save there by Leah Rowe. Rowe has been on fire in this game thus far. Now moving to the outside are the Minute Maids. A nice swat there by Dram does not work, and it looks like Taylor Z is taking this one coast to coast. That one tipped by Shinseki. Shinseki can't scoop it as Kraus has it. And Kraus now is going to move up with it. Hengi gives it to the behind the net to Kraus. She cannot score. Shinseki and Cardamone going over. Shinseki scoops it. Shinseki still trying to move up with it. She gives it a little kick. But the Minute Maids maintain possession. The Sterling defense has worked a lot in this game thus far. Has to try and result in a few ground balls taken the other way. Minute Maids working in transition here. That one given off to Foster. Foster to Dabrowski. And this one gets over to Hengi. The Minute Maid still swinging. This one goes to Dabrowski. Whistle blows. It looked like a penalty shot here for the Minute Maids. So Dabrowski is going to be the one to take it here. Dabrowski moves in, shifts, goes to fire, but whistle blows once again. So Dabrowski once again after the second whistle has a one-on-one shot here with Capice. Dabrowski moves in, she fires, and she scores! Right through the wickets for her first of the afternoon. And the Minute Maids take the lead once again 4-3. The draw circle as they try to get her hot on some of these controls. This one flipped behind, and Cardamone has it. Cardamone moves inside, backs out. Looks like they're going to go with that slow, methodical offense once again. The Minute Maids moving it around. As this one goes to Kraus. Nice defensive play there by Fallon Shinseki. And now they're moving up. Looks like they draw, or Adriana Zazada draws a penalty as this one gets up towards Dram. Dram now moving up with it. Moves around a couple of players. Shifty footwork there from Montgomery Dram as she's into some open space. Dram pumping the brakes. Waiting for some reinforcements to arrive. She gives this one off to Zazada. So this man-to-man defense for the Minute Maids have worked out so far pretty well. And along with some pretty solid goaltending by Leah Rowe, they've been pretty spot on so far in this 4-3 game. Zazada going all the way around the world. And then right back up at the top. Giving it off to Dram, and she scores. Montgomery Dram with her second of the afternoon. What a play by Zazada, who's been all over the place this afternoon. And we're tied up at 4 once again. So Dram, with her her second of the afternoon, her 27th of the season, her 39th point. And I mean, in your first year of playing lacrosse, that is not bad at all. So Troilo back in the draw once again. This one popped up. Troilo looking to control. Still fighting for it are the two girls. Troilo scoops it forward, and then getting it is Hengi. Hengi now moving up with it. Hengi still has it. Hengi taking it herself. Backs out. Looking for the trailer. No one home. And they'll get things started slow once again. Hengi now moves inside. She shoots and she scores! Goal number 3 for number 20. And Hengi, her 12th of the season, puts the team up 5-4. Sorry to get off topic there, folks. Just popped up on my phone. And my mom's a Mets fan, so I'm going to have to hear about it when I get home. This stinks. At least we have the Eagles. Anywho, back to girls lacrosse as the Minute Maids had that 5-4 lead over the Lady Knights. And a lot of their success have come from the draws while the Lady Knights win this one. And Montgomery Dram is taking this one up with speed. Dram going one-on-one, shifting towards the middle, shoots. Nice defense there, but they call a whistle. And Dram looks like she'll have a penalty shot. So a big moment here for Leah Rowe and Montgomery Dram. Dram has had 2 goals so far this afternoon, looking for goal number 3. And to tie this one up at 5. She shoots, and she scores! Montgomery Dram for goal number 3. And Sterling ties it back up at 5 once again. So now the draw once again, tied up once again. Sterling has yet to hold a lead in this matchup. All leads have been held by the Minute Maids. And now not Montgomery Dram, Adriana Zazada looking to get things started for the Lady Knights. Zazada moves inside, fakes the shot, rolls back out. They're looking to take things slow. Troilo takes it, fakes the shot, takes it around the net. Troilo goes into the middle, doesn't shoot once again. Sterling very particular with the shots they want to take in these moments. Definitely don't want to try and force anything, but also got to get some shots on goal. So 5-5 the score here in quarter number 2. It was 3-3 after quarter number 1. That one almost gets to Troilo. She just misses it. And Dram now has it. Getting pressured here by the Minute Maids. Dram now going to move in by herself. And the whistle blows. Taking it inside is Dram. She shoots it. She scores! Montgomery Dram has been the star today as that's goal number 4. And Sterling takes their first lead of the game here in quarter number 2. Montgomery Dram's been absolutely on, but the Minute Maids are not going to make that easy. So they're going to call for a redraw. The ref on the field making it very obvious what's happening. So much appreciated from up here in the booth. So if he ever watches this game back, just know we like you, big guy. I appreciate it. I can tell what's happening. No confusion. So Zazada has it, giving it off to Montgomery Dram, who finds Troilo. Sterling's done a better job on the draws, which has started to result into some more goals, which is something that they're going to have to keep doing because clearly it's helping them out on the scoreboard. Karina, how much time did they say? So just around 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Riley Sharp has it behind the net. She's taking her time looking for an option. Sterling runs a little bit of a bunch offense. You can kind of see it rolling up top. Kind of trying to confuse this Minute Maid defense that runs primarily a man-to-man defense. As you can see, everyone shifting over. I wish I had like a circle thing that they do in like the professional TV stations where I could really circle what I'm trying to point out. But now Sterling a little bit more spread out. Zazada looking for an outlet, finds Dram. Dram now moving inside, cuts back, nice footwork, and a nice save there by Leah Rowe. No one open here for Rowe. She's going to give it off to the outside. That one missed, and Sterling's going to retake possession. Crucial mistake there by the Minute Maids. Looked like Rowe was looking for Z. Couldn't get it there. This one gets all the way over to Tony Troilo. Probably just under 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 2 and half number 1. So Troilo has it, moves inside. Nice defense by the Minute Maids, but Troilo quick to get the ground ball. Sterling moving a little bit more fluently here as Troilo moves inside, backs out, and a whistle blow. So Troilo will get the penalty shot. So 6-5 here in quarter number 2, trying to spread this lead open for the Lady Knights, their first lead of the game. Troilo against Rowe for the penalty shot. Troilo moves in, and that one just goes over the net. Nice job by the Minute Maid defense to collapse onto Troilo. Now moving with it is Z, pressured here by the Lady Knights. 1 minute to go in quarter number 2. And now moving up with it is Dabrowski. Dabrowski, for one of the first Minute Maid possessions in a couple of minutes, Dabrowski moves inside. Dabrowski takes it out, gives it off to Kraus. That one goes inside. That one shot. Nice save there by Capice. That one lost there by Lily Byrne. Kraus has it behind the net. 30 seconds remain in quarter number 2. Sterling with a 1-goal advantage. Dabrowski has it. 15 seconds to go. Nice defense there by Montgomery Dram to try and disrupt. 6 seconds left. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Dabrowski takes a shot. Save by Capice. And that is the end of quarter number 2 and half number 1. So 6-5 the score, courtesy to 4 goals by Montgomery Dram, who's been the star of this first half. We're going to check back at you with half number 2 action coming after this short break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 as we are just getting ready for some third quarter action between the Minute Maids and the Lady Knights. The Lady Knights winning 6-5, courtesy of 4 Montgomery Dram goals and 2 goals from Adriana Zazada and Tony Troilo. And on the other side of things, Madison Henge has 3 goals for the Minute Maids. Cardamone has 1, and Dabrowski has 1 as well. Third quarter action getting started right now. And Sterling wins the opening draw. And I think Tony Troilo just got something pretty cool. Or Adriana Zazada, one of the two. I'm not necessarily sure yet. But they have a poster, so I'm sure we'll see in a few moments. Now moving inside is Dram. Dram shoots, and she scores! Montgomery Dram! Goal number 5, and Adriana Zazada gets her 100th draw control. This one popped up. And Montgomery Dram just misses the draw control. So now moving the other way are the Minute Maids. Nice spin by Henge. Henge trying to get her team back into this one. The leading goal scorer so far in this one with 3. Cardamone moves inside, shoots, and she scores. Top left corner for her second of the game. Now a 7-6 game. And now this one controlled by Cardamone. Cardamone moving up. Cardamone gets past Sims, trips, whistle blows, and it looks like possession will go in favor of the Minute Maids. So now Cardamone has a big opportunity to tie this game up here against Capice. 7-6, penalty shot. She fires, and she scores! All tied up at 7 as Cardamone gets her 3rd of the afternoon. And we're back at square one. So now Tony Troilo in the draw for the Lady Knights. This one popped up and controlled by Dabrowski. The Minute Maids finding their stride in these past couple of minutes. Dabrowski loses it, and going the other way now is Troilo. She shoots it up for Montgomery Dram, and Dram now is going to progress up the field here for the Lady Knights. Dram slows it down, waiting for reinforcements. This one off to Troilo, taking it very slow with the Lady Knights. 7-7 in this ball game. 3 goals from both Henge and Cardamone, and then adding 1 for Dabrowski. And then 5 goals from Montgomery Dram, 1 for Zazada, and 1 for Troilo. This one inside for Troilo. That one just goes over a stick, and now moving the other way are the Minute Maids. Now progressing up the field are the Minute Maids, getting past Hofbaker. Going towards the net, spinning. This one off to Henge. Henge moves inside. Henge with some room. She fires. That's a nice save right there from Capice. Just taking it slow now are the Minute Maids. Dabrowski gives it off to Foster. As Foster takes it up top and off to Cardamone. Dabrowski moves up off to Cardamone. Nice defense here by the Lady Knights. Have to get that ground ball. They kick it over to Capice, and Capice has it. Capice gives it off to Dram, and Dram now running like the wind up the field. Dram flying in, looking for an outlet, getting pestered here by the defense. Nice defense by Dabrowski. Troilo has it. Troilo slow, smart, methodical here in this possession. Troilo off to Zazada. Zazada turns, fires. Nice save there by Rowe. Rowe gives it off in the back line. This one advanced up by the Minute Maids. And off to the outside. Foster. Or excuse me, that's not Foster. That is Van Dunn. Moving up now is Dabrowski. Dabrowski taking it inside. Nice defense there by Lily Byrne. And now they look to restart. Moving inside now are the Minute Maids. They shoot and they score. Madison Henge getting on the board for the first time since that first half. She has 4 on the afternoon, and the Minute Maids retake the lead 8-7. So now taking the draw here is Troilo. This one popped up. Dram gets the draw control, and Dram now moving up with it. Dram pumping the brakes. This one over to Troilo. Troilo over to Zazada. Zazada taking her time, scanning the options. This one finds the stick of Troilo. Troilo looking to make a move. Can't. She gets slashed. It looks like there's going to be a penalty shot for Tony Troilo. So a big moment here for Tony Troilo, and a big moment here, or just as big as a moment, for Leah Rowe. 8-7 the score. Can Tony Troilo try to knot this one up? Whistle blows. She fires, and she scores! Tony Troilo, number 48, moving like the speed of sound for goal number 52. And this one all tied up at 8 once again. So Troilo now for the draw here, or in the draw circle here for Sterling. This one popped up over towards Montgomery Dram. Dram's going to hustle to it and get it. She gets another draw control on the day. Troilo taking it up herself, pressured from behind. Troilo bounces off. Troilo moves inside. Troilo goes through all the defenders, but a nice save there by Leah Rowe. This one out to Z. Z moving up. That one just over the Minute Maids player. Hoffaker trying to scoop up the ground ball, but the Minute Maids get to it. This one given off on the inside. That one just over the goalpost. Shinseki trying to hustle over there with Kraus, but Kraus beat her to it. And it looks like the Minute Maids looking to restart here. Foster has it. She gives it off to Hengi. Hengi moves inside, fires. That one blocked off by the Sterling defense. So now Dabrowski has it. Dabrowski off to Hengi. Hengi down low. And now Kraus has it behind the net. Kraus back to Hengi. Hengi backs out. Now moves inside against Cesada. Gives it off to Dabrowski on the outside. Good defense here by the Lady Knights. Cardamone shifts in, spins, looking to fire. Again, great defense by the Lady Knights. Time ticking down here in quarter number 3. Now moving around town is Dabrowski. She fires and she scores! Elena Dabrowski for goal number 2 on the day. And the Minute Maids retake the lead once again. 9-8 is the score. With the momentum. This one popped up. Troilo gets control of it. Slash from behind. Yep. And they call it, so Troilo moves on. Over to Dram. Dram weaves in. Dram shoots. Nice save there by Rowe. Myers retains possession. She gives it off to Dram. She gives it off to Troilo. Troilo gets tripped, and they call it. So one of the biggest moments in the game thus far. 9-8 the score. The leading scorer for the Lady Knights this year with 52 goals. Tony Troilo going to the penalty shot line. Actually, she started behind the net, so excuse me, guys. Yeah, not, girls lacrosse is my sport. What do you know? Zizada moves in, turns, gives it off to Troilo. Troilo now looking to shoot. Foul called. And Troilo will be awarded another penalty shot. Starting from an angle this time. She's going to switch sticks here with Lily Byrne. Troilo, not this one up. Fires. That one swatted away by the defense. Riley Sharp retains possession. The Minute Maids really doing a good job of preventing the leading scorers from these Lady Knights teams to really pile on. Zizada now up top. Zizada moves inside. Backs out. Switches sides. She gives it off to Troilo. Troilo now from afar shoots and scores! Tony Troilo for her third of the afternoon. And Sterling knots it up at 9 once again, back and forth. This game has gone. It's like a seesaw. So now the draw. Tony Troilo closest to it. She'll scoop. Gives it off to Zazada. That was Troilo's 53rd goal of the season. Her 66th point. Not including assists. Not necessarily sure about that at the moment. Troilo fires. That one blocked off. Push from behind there by Van Dunn. So Troilo will have a free possession here. Gives it off to Dram. 1 minute remaining here in quarter number 3. Dram trying to move into some open space, retreats back. 9-9 the score. These two teams have gone back and forth throughout this contest. Dram moves, looking for Troilo. That one blocked off there by Foster. A nice read on the defensive side. Dram trying to stay stride and stride with Foster, but Foster moving. Foster going all the way here for the Minute Maids. Foster taking it herself. Going in on Capice. Gives it off to Kraus. Great job there by Leah Foster. This one on the ground. Sterling gets possession and moving up now is Montgomery Dram. Dram with little time to go. And just as I say that, time expires. So we're going into a very eventful quarter number 4. 9-9 the score, all knotted up after 3 quarters of play. We're going to need one more to decide the winner. We're going to get back to you in just a moment with the result. Going against the Lady Knights team who's had an up and down season, especially to this start. And this is a crucial game for both teams, not only in the conference, not only for the Minute Maids to try and get back into the swing of things, but for the Lady Knights to try and get up top. It's been quite eventful, and thank you all for tuning in with me and Karina Justice with my little ponytail. All right, turn it around. Was not told that was going to happen, but, you know, whatever. So Troilo and Dabrowski, just like we started this game off, now starting off the 4th quarter in the draw circle. Whistle blows. Looking to get control of both teams, and Dabrowski comes up with it. Dabrowski moves up, getting into some space. Dabrowski scores! Elena Dabrowski, quick, into quarter number 4. Gets the lead for Washington Township, 10-9. Sterling has to get these draw controls. This one popped up right into the stick of Hengi. And now Hengi's going to move up. Hengi drops back, looking for an option, moves inside. He's going to take it all the way around and give it off underneath. So as I mentioned before, the team that's been winning, or that was winning the more draw controls throughout the momentum shifts has starting to get more goals. And I think off rip, this Minute Maid team has done a great job in this 4th quarter getting the draw controls, winning them, and being more aggressive. Now moving inside, and once again scoring is Madison Hengi for goal number 5. Nice moves on the outside where she was working against Shinseki. And Township going up 11-9. This one popped up, and Troilo gets control. Troilo off to Zazada, and now Zazada moves up with it. Sterling's going to need a goal to get back in their momentum here. Zazada has it. Zazada moves inside, fires. That one just goes wide. Township scoops up the ground ball, moving with it to the outside. Looking for an option. There is DuQuoin. The Lady Knights get possession, bobbling it. All on the ground here. Emily Wright trying to pressure, but now moving the other way are the Minute Maids. And White possession, the refs say. That one just a little over the head there of Cardamone, but she gets it back and now moving up the field with it. Cardamone whiffs on it, picks it up, and slows things down here for the Minute Maids. Kraus has it. He's going to give it off to the outside. Washington Township cycling with it, trying to get their first win of the season. This one to the outside, giving it off to Henge. Henge now finds Dabrowski, and back to Henge. Henge working here against Hoffaker. Hoffaker doing a good job controlling the footwork of Henge, staying step in step, not falling for the stutter step, and she gives it out. Good job there by the freshman. Dabrowski now has it up top. Dabrowski looking into the middle for the cutting Foster. Foster makes Troilo miss, and she does not get the goal. Sims now battling with it. She picks up the ground ball and moves out with it. She looks to give it out to Shinseki. Still battling with it are the two teams, and Township comes up with it once again, trying to tick time off this clock. Dabrowski is going to start with it. Gives it off to Henge. Henge moves inside, cuts out. Looking for an option. Cardamone has it underneath. Again, quarter number 4. Washington Township up by 2. 11-9 the score. Sterling has yet to have major offensive possession here in quarter number 4. Good control by the Minute Maids. The Minute Maids trying to pile on their lead here. Try and put Sterling out of reach in this matchup to get their first win of the season. This one out to the outside for Dabrowski. Dabrowski now moves inside, cuts back out. Foster has it. Foster moves around, goes underneath. The Minute Maids, I think, just playing slow, methodical lacrosse right now. They don't want to give Sterling too many opportunities to try and get back into this matchup. Long possession here by the Minute Maids. Sterling needs to try and get ball possession quick. Dabrowski has it back up top. Karina's a little happy. Not a lot of movement for her in these past couple of minutes. Dabrowski up top. Dabrowski moves in. Dabrowski fires. That one just goes wide. Good hustle there by Maddie Sims to get possession for Sterling. And after a long defensive possession, Sterling finally trying to turn it the other way. Troilo moving against 2. Troilo looking to go all the way, gives it off to Zazada. Zazada finds Dram. Good passing here by the Lady Knights. Dram off to Troilo. Troilo now running like the wind, trying to get into a good spot. Troilo tries to spin, cannot. She looks to give it off to Dram. Good defensive play there by a jumping Henge. It looks like she gets possession for the Minute Maids as well. Wow, what a play from way behind the play was Hengi. She makes an outstanding jumping play. So Sterling really needed to turn on here the defense, but now going the other way with blazing speed, what looks like Dabrowski. Dabrowski gives it off. No shot taken there by Kraus. Game ticking down here, 11-9 the score. Sterling started to go the other way. An errant pass off of a great defensive play by Hengi caused the Minute Maids to go the other way. Now Sterling, you can see, starting to apply the pressure a little bit around the outsides. Foster now moving inside. Foster getting some open space. She gives it off once again. No shot taken. Cardamone open in the middle. She fakes a shot, fires. That one goes over the net. But possession will stay in favor of the Minute Maids. Shinseki applying pressure to Kraus. This one gets over to Hengi. Hengi makes Dram miss. Good pressure here by Molly Hoffaker. As Dram comes to double team. This one in the middle for Foster. Foster cannot scoop it. Byrne can't scoop it. Both teams still going. Kraus has it. Kraus moving to the outside. Shot taken. She can't collect it. Sharp is on top of it. She gives it off to Capice. Oh, my. Getting intense in these final minutes. Dram gets the ball. I'm not sure who that was on the outside who did not convert on the shot. That may have been Cardamone on that far post. Dram now moves inside, spins, gives it off to Addison Myers. Myers has to try and fight for it, but that one goes to Leah Rowe. Coach Michelle Claiborne not happy with some of the quick decision-making Sterling's trying to make. It's kind of leading to some of these turnovers. Dram to end up trying to apply pressure the other way. This one a heave towards center. That one goes over past a few girls over to Lily Byrne. Byrne tries to kick it. Troilo gets to it, and now Troilo looks to go the other way. Still going is Troilo. Troilo has Zazada to her right. Troilo gives it off. Zazada in close. I think Leah Rowe makes the save. Myers gets possession again. Sterling now with offense, but not a lot of time left. They have to get 2 goals to try and tie this one up. Dram tries to move inside. See Sterling slowing it down a little bit. Zazada had a moment there in close. Could have scored, but I think Leah Rowe made an amazing save. Troilo moves in, fires. That one off the post. And now going the other way are the Minute Maids. Riley Z gives it off. Whistle blows. And it looks like a timeout called by the Lady Knights. So we're going to step aside for just a moment. 11-9 the score. Washington Township looking for their first win of the season. So a big couple of minutes here for the Sterling Lady Knights and the Washington Township Minute Maids trying to get their first win of the season against the Sterling Lady Knights. Again, thank you all for sticking with us all this way. Sorry about the game not being live. We're still trying to figure out some technical difficulties with stuff happening here for setup. We're going to get that figured out. Once we do, we're going to be back in full swing. Once May hits, so not next week, but the week following, we'll be back into the full swing of things for Sterling Channel 19. Should be able to broadcast a lot of games. Just going out to a couple of games as well. I think we're going to cover softball away. That's going to be the only away game we're going to do. We're going to go to Highland to go film them. So quite excited for that to come up. But now the Lady Knights lacrosse team needs to try and tally 2 goals to tie this puppy up before the fourth quarter ends. Dabrowski taking it up here for the Minute Maids. Pressured here by Lily Byrne. Byrne getting help from Hoffaker. Dabrowski just trying to waste some time here. Hoffaker applying pressure on the other side. She gives it off to Hengi. Hoffaker has just been a worker out there, has been on every single girl who's touched the ball in this possession, which only 2, but credit to her. What a nice move there by Henge as she moves in up close. The trap doesn't work by the Lady Knights, and time ticking down in this one. Sims staying close here with Cardamone. This one all the way to the outside to Foster. Foster bobbles it. Chorlo tried to get in close. It's a game of keep away here for the Minute Maids. You can hear the coaches from the bench just saying, Leah, hold on to it. Don't need to pass. Kraus has it. So 1 minute to go here. Kraus has it. Time ticking down here for the Lady Knights. Foul called on one of the defensemen. 11-9 the score. Sterling would need 2 in the last minute to try and knot this one up. And at the moment, the Minute Maids are doing a good job. 45 seconds. Sterling needs to apply some pressure. Kraus has it. Kraus looking for an outlet. Kraus getting trapped by a couple of defenders. Montgomery Dram gets called. 20 seconds remain. This one ticking down in the fourth quarter. Ten seconds remain. Dabrowski going in for one more goal. Sterling cuts her off. She shoots it. She scores! And the Minute Maids defeat the Lady Knights. Dabrowski gets her 4th. The final score of 12-9. And the Minute Maids get their first win of the regular season. So a lot of defeat on the faces of the Lady Knights. Had a lot of opportunities, especially in those final couple of moments, but nevertheless, the Minute Maids come out on top. So a nice game by Leah Rowe to kind of power through this game that was back and forth throughout this whole thing. And to say it's the Minute Maids' first win of the season is a little, obviously amazing for them. But they're a much better team than a 1-7 record. I have to say that. They go against a lot of good competition, and a lot of the games in which that they've played this year have been really, really close. So this is the first game where they finally took it all the way to the last very minute and played all the way through and finally got their win. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to Sterling Channel 19. We promise our live streams will be back and running soon, but the Lady Knights fall to the Minute Maids 12-9 in such a great battle. But the Minute Maids went out on top. I'm Daniel Leakin saying so long for this time, and as always, go Knights.